Good morning, welcome back to the machine shop. This morning we're going to have a quick look at the bandsaw here. We use it for cutting wood, aluminum, or you can cut plastic as well. Always remember you must have your safety boots and safety glasses on when you're in the machine shop. The bandsaw has a large band blade that rotates around. It always cuts down into the table. You need to be very careful. This is similar to the saw that you use for cutting up pork chops and steak at the butcher, so it is quite capable of cutting your fingers, so you really need to be careful to keep your hands and everything away from the blade that's turning. When we use the bandsaw, there's a start and a stop button here. The start button is on top, it's black, usually the red is stop. We push the button and the blade rotates. And we push the stop button, the blade stops. As you can see, it takes a few minutes for it to stop spinning. So just be patient and keep your hands and everything clear while you're waiting for it to stop when you're going to do cleanup or whatever. When we use the bandsaw, there's an adjustment that we can use to adjust the guides. The distance from the guide to the table is required depending on the thickness of material that you're cutting. So if you need to cut a thicker material, you can loosen the screw in the back, this one here, and it allows you to move the guide up and down from cutting thin material to cutting a very thick material. I think the maximum for this saw is around 6 inches, so we can adjust it up and down. So if I was going to cut a piece of wood and I wanted to follow a line, I could take my piece of wood, I can put a line on, and I can use the bandsaw to follow that line. I push the start button, see, it's difficult to follow the line. The blade is only capable of cutting a certain radius based on the width of the blade. You can get different blades. Mostly what we're using here is 1 inch, so you're limited to the radius that you can cut. Okay, so if you wanted to use a guide here that we use, if you want square cuts, you can actually lay this on. When you take your piece of wood now, you turn the saw on, you can lay this in behind, and it will give you a square cut. So once the blade stops, I can remove the guide, and I got a nice square cut on my piece. So there are some other materials that you can cut on the bandsaw here. You can use wood, you can use plastic, or you can use aluminum. All of these materials can be cut on the bandsaw, and just be sure and watch your fingers, and have a great day.